Hi again. I just wanted to give you guys an update on how I'm doing with the whole panic attack situation. I'm starting to kind of see a pattern in when I get triggered. I had a really quite intense one in the middle of Trader Joe's over the weekend. And luckily my husband and my son were there, and they were able to kind of help me calm down and get through it. But it was not very fun. It felt like I just got really claustrophobic all of a sudden, and like I didn't want anyone to even get near me. And there were so many people. And I think what happened was I went in to the store not having a plan, and I was staring at the kind of meat aisle, I guess, and I was looking and I couldn't figure out, okay, what are we gonna have for dinner? This doesn't look good. That's too expensive. This, just trying to figure it out, and I started to get anxious. And then there was like a whole lot of people come around me, and I couldn't get an answer out of like Harrison for what he wanted. And Jared was off doing something, so I couldn't get an answer from him. And I just like started to feel so panicked, and I got lightheaded, and I felt like my ears were ringing. And Jared came by, and I had to turn on and be like, I am having a panic attack. And so he just grabbed me and hugged me, and I just kind of hid in his shoulder, and he rubbed my back, and I just breathed, and I kind of, that helped. And it took probably about 10-15 minutes of really just don't talk to me. I'm just breathing. We had to get out of the store a little faster because I was having a hard time to get through it. And I'm realizing that part of the triggers, at least one trigger, is having to make any kind of decision when I'm overwhelmed with noise or sounds or crowds or anything. And I started thinking about that more and more. And I had my first appointment with a grief counselor today, and it was so wonderful. I'm so happy that I did it. She really helped me make some connections with some things. And through that, kind of going back and thinking about what she said and kind of analyzing, okay, when I do have these panic attacks, what is happening? And found a pattern of like, it has to do with being sensory overwhelmed, I guess, and then having to make decisions while that's happening. And that goes back a little bit to that was happening for me when we were in the heat of stuff for Sarah. And I knew that was happening for me. But I guess I just assumed that it wasn't going to carry over. And we really kind of talked a little bit about these two components of like, there's the grief, the sadness, but then there's trying to forge this new identity. And there's a whole nother component to losing someone that you don't really think a ton of. And I'm trying to figure out who I am now and how to operate in this new world where she doesn't exist. And so there's other things going on in our family that it's just piling up and piling up and piling up and piling up. And so I am, reacting physically. And she really made me see that, like, after everything that we've been through and that it's not over, I'm still going through it. That is completely understandable that I am having these panic attacks. And just really, I felt really heard and not like I was going crazy. And I've actually been feeling since that appointment incredibly calm this afternoon. In fact, I haven't been sleeping well, and I thought it might be some medications that I've started for the anxiety. I'm working with my doctor as well. It's important. That's, I guess, a common side effect, but I'm almost wondering now, after that first appointment, and now that I've got kind of like validation. Hi, babe. Validation for what I'm going through, and I'm not crazy, that I feel like I might sleep really hard tonight. Yeah, I hope so. And I had a really good session at work. One tool that I'm going to start having as a regular practice, and a lot of you know this, but I journal every day. And I found sometimes car rides are really hard. And so on my car ride to the office, it is very beautiful, but it's pretty uneventful. There's not a ton of traffic, so it's easy to kind of get caught up in my head about what's happening and what has happened in my life. And so sometimes I get to the office and I'm a little anxious. So the last couple of days I've actually been journaling right before my clients get to the office to like dump my brain. And I've had some really great sessions the last couple of days. I just feel so relaxed and in tune as I'm working. And then after my day is over, I feel like really, really grounded and relaxed. So I'm going to keep that up. I'm going to do that. Even if I'm not feeling anxious, I'm going to just journal right before my people get there. And I kind of did a little bit of like affirmation as well to it. So kind of set some intentions for how I want the day to go. So it is going to be a long journey, but I feel like a team now behind me to help me navigate it and get through it, however long the process ends up being. And it's different for everybody, and I'm the one that's going to dictate that and nobody else. That was the other thing that I really liked, that she said that like this has to happen on my timeline, not on anybody else's timeline. And that made me feel really, really heard. Yeah. So that's what's going on that front. I feel like there's some good progress that happened today. And like I said, I feel I'm really tired, but it's a good tired. It's a like the breath after the storm tired kind of a feel. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to relax and get ready for the rest of the evening. It's a little late here. And I hope you guys have a great evening. And I'll see you soon. Bye.